Today is the first day of Kwanzaa that celebrates the African American culture. Wichita's African American Council of Elders hosted its 20th annual Kwanzaa celebration. 12 News reporter Julia Daughtry caught up with the council as they celebrated.
Kwanzaa kicked off Thursday, and the African American Council of Elders held their annual celebration to kick off this holiday season.
For it was His grace. Thank you, Lord.
From music hitting the ears of event-goers, Kwanzaa has officially started with plenty to celebrate.
They haven't been taught about the roots where we come from, you know, and everything about slavery. It's not about slavery. It's about who you are, what your family is, and what the roots and what your family came from.
Young and old coming together to light the first candle of this week-long holiday.
Thank you very much.
Kwanzaa starts on December 26th of every year and is popularly celebrated by the African American community. Kwanzaa is a non-religious holiday but centers around 7 principles, and every day of Kwanzaa, participants light a candle and discuss one of those principles. Candles, which include 3 red, 3 green, and 1 black, all represent the different principles and days of Kwanzaa. Holloway says the event is more about learning and being with family.
I just love the celebration, you know, coming together and sharing with the young people what the history is about, you know.
From learning the history to traditional sayings.
Habarigani, Umoja. Habarigani, Umoja. Habarigani, Umoja.
Umoja, a Swahili word for unity. Holloway says that is what the holiday season is all about. Kwanzaa is celebrated all week long, and though it kicked off on Thursday, it will conclude on January the 1st. In Wichita, Julia Daughtry, 12 News.